The shaded region in the Venn diagram below is, so this is the Venn diagram we'll be taking into consideration. That's this Venn diagram here. So, and this is the shaded region. So we are told to decide which of these set operations actually connotes the shaded region of the Venn diagram that we have below. So we've been given four options. So the first one is P complement intersection Q intersection R. The next one is P intersection Q. The next is P complement union of the intersection of Q and R. And D is the complement of P intersected with the union of Q and R. Now, how do I know which of these tallies with the shaded portion in the Venn diagram that we have here? What I'm going to do is I'm going to sketch the Venn diagram for each of them. Then any of them that tallies with that is going to be a solution. So I'm going to start with the simplest one. So you can see we have A, B, C, and D. So I have empty Venn diagrams. You have A, this is B, and then we have C and D. So I'm going to sketch the Venn diagram and then see which of them tallies with this area here. So let's start with option B. Option B says shade the portion P intersection Q. So let me go ahead and just make this my P, and let's call this my Q. So this is going to be my Q, and maybe the last one is just going to be R. But we don't need to take R into consideration because we only want to find the intersection of P and Q. Now, the oval circle you have here represents P, while the oval circle you have here represents the set Q. So the intersection of P and Q is going to be the one that contains the two colors. Let me explain this. So what I mean is, the oval circle that represents P is this. So this is for P. This whole circle, the whole oval circle, you can see. So this is the whole of P. And then the whole of Q, so this is P while this is Q. So the whole of Q is just, so let's represent that with horizontal lines. So this is the whole of Q that I'm shading here. So you can see that. So let's just sketch something to not waste much time. Now the intersection of P and Q is the area that contains the two colors. It says the intersection. So the region that contains the two colors, blue and yellow, is going to be the intersection of P and Q. Now, without mixing words, you would agree with me that this side contains one color, this side contains one color, but this side that we have here actually contains the two colors. So that is this side here is, so this is P intersection Q here. And then when we check this and compare it with the original, you see that they do not tally. They are not the same thing. So that tells me that this is not the solution. So let's go ahead and do another one. Now for this one, so let me just go ahead and just call, this is my P. Let's say this is my P. Let me call this my P, while this is going to be my Q. And then I'm going to call this my R. Now I have decided to use the same color for Q and R. Why? Because the one in bracket says the union of Q and R. So that is, I'm going to shade the union of, I'm going to shade Q and R together as if they are a whole. So what I mean is, this is the circle that represents R, and this is the circle that represents Q. So because of the brackets and the union, I decided to represent them in the same circle, just to clarify or to clear all doubts. So this is Q union R. So the union of them, like they are married. So you don't have to separate them. Do not intersect anything with them. Just treat them like they are brothers and sisters, or they are married. Anyone that works with you. So this is Q union R. While P complements, so we want to find the intersection of the complement of P. Now what is P complement? Now P complement is any region that lies outside of P. So the region that lies outside of P is this. So you can see See the way I'm curving it out of P. So you can see. So all the region that lies outside of P, they are the ones we are taking. You can see you can see the line of P. I'm just curving it out. So let me just keep carving that out so you don't make the whole diagram messy. So you can see when I get to the domain or the boundary of P, I'm just cutting everything out and sketching it out, so you can clearly see how the whole thing is being formed. So let's just sketch the whole thing out and then see the way the whole thing is. Yeah, so this is clearly P complements. Now we have P complements, we have Q union R. So we are told to find the intersection of the complement of P and the union of Q union, the union of Q and R. So the intersection is just the side that contains the two colors. So let's begin to check. Now this side does not contain the two colors, but this side contains. So let's begin to shade here. So this side works. I found a region. So let's go to the next one. Okay, this side works too. So this side contains the two colors. So you can see that, and also this side contains the two colors. So I can shade that too. So now we have this whole region like this, that looks like a mouth or something. Now when you compare this with what you have here, you would observe that they do not tally. You can see they're not the same thing. So that tells me that that option actually is not is not correct. So let's go to the next one here. So similarly here, we're told to find the complement of P, this time with the union of Q intersection R. So let me call this is my P, or this is my Q. This is my Q, and this is my R. So let's start with the one in the bracket. The one in the bracket says Q intersection R. So the intersection of Q, this is the whole of Q, while this is the whole of R. So their intersection is just this point here. You can see this is the line of, this is one of Q and this is the one for R. Then the complement of P is the region that lies outside of P. So again, I've decided to use the same color because it says union, so I do not want to segregate. I'm meant to marry this and this, so to marry them I have to use the same color. So any region that lies outside of P. So let me just curve that out, curve it out, curve this, curve that out. Yeah, so let's begin to shade everything outside. So everything here, everything here, everything here. So you can see, so this is P complement union Q intersection R. So the whole of this place is shaded, and when you compare that with the one that we have here in question, you see they don't tally. So that tells me that this is also wrong. And let me now go to this. I actually saved the best for the last anyway to keep in suspense. Alright, so let's do this one here. So now we have intersection, intersection, intersection. That's why I used different colors for the three of them. So let me start with the one in the bracket. So let's call this is my P, this is my Q, that's the next one is my Q, and the last one is R. So let's start with Q intersection R. So we say Q intersection R, this is Q, this is the whole of Q, this is Q here, while the other one is R. Let's say this is R here, this is the circle for R. Yeah, this is a circle for R. So the side that contains the two colors is Q intersection R. Now we're also told to find the intersection again with the complement of P. So the complement of P is actually this side here. So let's just sketch that out. So let me just sketch, let me curve that out, curve that, curve, just trying to get the edges of P. So when I get the edges of P, I'll shade the rest fast, so I don't waste your time. Yeah, so I've gotten the edges of P, so let's begin to shade everything everything out. Let's shade everything out. Then let's shade, this is the edge of P here, and then this is the edge of P here. Now I have shaded everything out. Now what you'd observe is that since I've been told to find the intersection of three things, 1, 2, and 3, now to find the area that is the intersection of the three of them, since we find the intersection of three things, so we need the one that has the three colors. Now when you look at this region here, it has only one color. You look at this region here, it has two colors. This has two colors, this has one color. This region here has one color. This is one. This one has two colors. The region here has two colors. But the region here has both yellow, the blue, and the green stripe. So here has three colors. So this region here has three colors. So you can see that. So this is the region that we have as our solution. So let's check if it tallies with what we're talking. Yeah, it tallies. You can see when you compare this and this, it tallies. So that tells us that this is going to be the solution of the problem. So the answer is A. So our answer is A. I do hope you understand this, but if you feel confused, I'd advise you watch the video again. I'm very sure you will understand when you watch it the second time. Thanks for watching.